What's good, YouTube? Today I'm going to be talking about my BBL experience. I went to Spectrum Aesthetics and I went to Dr. Jesus. Her name is spelled like Dr. DeJesus, so I know some people might call her that, but the name is Dr. Jesus. When I arrived there, because I'm about to just jump straight into it, I absolutely hate my BBL. First off, as you all can see, I'm going to show before and after photos. My stomach looked like crap. It ain't no niceness in the size. Body, look at my body. It's actually even worse from before. But I'll be taking off this outfit and I'll be putting on my Faja a little later, and I'm going to put that in here so you all can see. But very horrible experience. So let's talk about this. So when I first arrived, I arrived at Spectrum Aesthetics. It was the day before, so it was for the pre-op. I finished paying my money. It was like a big packet. Like the packet was like this. You have to fill out all this paperwork. So much paperwork. But fast forward to the next day, I got a text because I knew my appointment was at 5 a.m. in the morning at Spectrum Aesthetics. And I received a text from them like 2 hours before. And it was like, "Hi Alexis, we just want to let you know that your surgery won't be here at Spectrum Aesthetics. It'll be at iBody, this and that." So that irritated me because I was staying at a recovery home, and I know my recovery home was charging so much money for the littlest things. It was just really irritating me because like it was so much money being wasted at the time. And my recovery home, I just knew they was going to charge me extra, but that'd be a whole nother story, the recovery home and all that stuff. But I ended up telling my recovery home, like, "Hey, my surgery isn't at Spectrum, it's at iBody now." So that was unprofessional that they waited 2 hours before my surgery to let me know where it would be after they told me it'll be at Spectrum. So I arrived at iBody at 4 a.m. My surgery is at 5 a.m. So I'm 1 hour early. So I'm just waiting. They didn't call me at 5 o'clock. They didn't call me at 5:30 or 6 o'clock. So I went up to the little stand that they have, and I was like, "Hey, when will I be getting my surgery? My appointment was at 5, whatever." They was like, "Oh, just take a seat. Give it a few more minutes." So they didn't call my name until 11:30 a.m. I sat there for a good 7 hours. My appointment was at 5 a.m. I didn't actually get called until 11:30, and I was there since 4 a.m. So the whole situation, that made everything horrible because the day before, I stopped eating at 4 p.m. because you can't eat for a long period of time. You can't eat or drink. So I wasn't drinking anything. I wasn't eating anything. I was dehydrated. I sat there dehydrated and hungry, and I kept trying to explain it to them like the whole time I'm waiting. I'm like, "Hey guys, I didn't eat. I'm hungry. I didn't drink. I'm dehydrated. Like I need to get this surgery so I can hurry up and drink something." Like I was really like messed up feeling. So they finally called me. I go to the back with Dr. Jesus. Well, I went to the back with somebody else first, but that was just like P test and drug tests and all that stuff. They did it twice. They did it the day before and they did it the day after. The P test, COVID test, like HIV test and all that stuff. They did both of them day before and the day of surgery. So afterwards, I was with Dr. Jesus, and she was just marking up my body and stuff. And I noticed from previous YouTubers, they always say like their doctor asked them like, "What's your desired look?" and all that good stuff. But she didn't ask me anything. She didn't ask me like how I wanted to look and none of that. And what really made it so bad is when you go to the back, like to that back room, it's like, it's for real. Like, I'm about to get this surgery. I'm stuck. Like, you don't know what to say. So you don't even think to say anything unless they ask you. Like, your mind just completely go blank. Like, I'm not even making it up. Like, my mind was just blank. Like, I'm about to get a surgery. Like, it was really scary. So, she didn't ask me how I wanted my body, and she was just talking and stuff. And then like the last thing she said was like, she was just telling me like all the cons, and the last thing she said was like, "In such and so blood clots, if that happens, There's nothing you can do or I can do. You will die. So I was really scared. And I know they have to tell you that. I'm not saying like she did anything wrong by saying that, but I'm saying like I was scared. I didn't think to even show her the look that I wanted, none of that, because I was done at that point. So she started marking up my body and stuff, and then she tells me like, you have a lot of fat behind your organs. So the fat that you thought you had, you don't have any fat for me to remove. So basically, it was too late. At that point, it was too late, because once you give them your money, you can't get your money back. And I paid, like, I did the deposit months before, which was $1,000 deposit I had to pay. And then when I got there the day before, I paid the rest of the money. So I couldn't get none of that back. It was already too late. All the money was paid. I couldn't walk away and be like, okay, I don't want it. But it really upset me because they had my photos for the longest. Like, they had my photos for a very, very long time, and they seen my body and all that. And like, when you talk to them on the phone, they tell you like, oh, you're the perfect candidate, this and that. But in reality, they don't tell you, like, they don't tell you anything. And it makes you upset because you don't find out nothing until you actually get to that back room. So, they didn't tell me nothing about fat behind my organs, because if they told me that, I would have never came to even get the surgery, ever. I would have never came to get the surgery. It would be pointless. If I would have known I had no fat, it would be pointless. And I gained about 10 pounds before I arrived, because I was like 132 before my surgery. When I actually got my surgery done, I was 146.7 because I wanted more fat. So yeah, so all that started happening. She started marking up my body, and then I go to the back, and then this guy put the anesthesia in me. As soon as he put it in, I'm asleep. Like, I don't even remember him taking it out of me or nothing. Like, I was just gone. It was very fast. It felt like a few minutes I was asleep. I had a very nice dream. It was just amazing. Like, that whole part, the whole experience of getting the surgery was amazing, because you don't feel nothing. You feel like you sleep for a really, really long time. So when I did wake up, it was a girl next to me, and I just heard her screaming. It was crazy. She was real life screaming. And a lot of people say, like, when you wake up, you will feel like chills, like you will be cold. But with me, I was hot. I was having hot sweats, like I was burning hot. Everybody else was cold. Like, everybody that was at my recovery home and stuff, they was cold. Like, the girl that was next to me screaming when I woke up, she was cold. She was like, I'm cold, I need a cover. And she was just screaming like she was in pain. But with me, I had no pain. I promise you, I woke up and I was so normal. And everybody have a different pain tolerance. But when I say I woke up and I was just hot and dizzy, like really, really dizzy because of the anesthesia. But my body didn't feel like anything. I'm like, thank God. I was just blessed. I was so happy. And I prayed to God before I even got the surgery. I prayed that he let me make it out alive. And I prayed that I won't have any pain. And I promise you, I didn't have no pain. And I made it out alive. So, my recovery home picks me up, and I'm like, I'm very conscious. Like, I was normal. Like, when I say no pain at all. So, the next day after my surgery is day 1 post-op. Hey YouTube, today is post-op day 1. I had to miss my appointment, so I really don't know how my body looked underneath the Faja. I missed my appointment because I kept throwing up. I threw up the whole morning, so they had to cancel my massage and my first day post-op. But I'm really nervous because I feel my body looks the same. But when you're inside the Faja, you never know how your body looks underneath, so it's probably bigger. But yeah, it looks the same to me. It don't look no difference. But I know the first few days, they always say it will look the same. I noticed that my body was exactly the same. When I took off my Faja, my body was the same body from before I even got my surgery. that's when I was getting a little nervous. This is my first surgery. I never had a butt done or anything. So I was asking like the people, because I had to go back to Spectrum and, you know, do the whole little post-op thing or whatever. And I was asking them questions like, do my body supposed to look the same? I see no change in my results. But I knew that my body wasn't supposed to look the same, because the girl who results that I actually wanted, her body looked completely different day one post-op. My body looked exactly the same from before I even got surgery. Day one post-op. And I'm like, okay, something isn't right. And the only reason why I went to my doctor, Dr. Jesus, is because of the girl whose body I desired. I went to her because I wanted that same exact body. Me and the girl was the same height, and I even gained the same amount of pounds, 146. I gained that same exact amount just so I can have the exact same body. Like, it was the perfect body she had. And when I seen my body, I just wanted to cry. Like, I wanted to break down in tears. I literally spent so many thousands, almost, it was close to like $9,000. And not just for the surgery, it was for hotels, recovery homes, food, Ubers, extra rides from the recovery homes, massages, soaps, drinking stuff, like all the little things they tell you to get before surgery. Spent so much money. And I wanted to cry because it's like, this is not what I came here for. Like, I wanted to just break down. So they telling me like, oh, you're just swollen, give it 3 to 6 months, and then you will see your real results. And then I'm like, okay, that's understanding, but if I'm swollen right now, that means that my body is bigger right now, which means in a few months, 3 to 6 months, my body will be smaller than what it was before I even got the surgery. So I just went back to my recovery home. So I couldn't find the Faja that I normally wear. So this is the one from when I first had surgery. Like, you can still see like the blood mark and stuff. But I don't wear this one. I just found this, which is really weird because I've been looking for this one. But this is my body now. And like I said, I'm going to be putting before and after pictures in. And I'm going to tell you what I don't like about this. Because like I said, my butt was already big. Like, it was already a nice size. It's just the hips is what I wanted. So this is my butt before. This is exactly my butt. But look at my hips. No hips. This is exactly how it was. It still got the hip dip. It's just, I hate it. Now, one thing that I don't like, because I need to talk about this. One thing that I don't like is now, since I got the surgery and stuff, I'm starting to get like dents. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like dents and stuff that's like in my butt. And I don't know what's happening to me now. It's like my body is like deforming. But I know they said 3 to 6 months your butt's supposed to drop, so it's probably gonna drop and then the dent's gonna disappear and stuff. But if the dents is still there, I'm gonna get sculpture, because like I said, the sculpture fills out the dents, like it makes the dents go away, and it makes the butt just nice and the way you want it after your BBL, like if you don't get the desired look. And like I said, if you all want me to talk about sculpture in my next video, I can do a full video on sculpture and like everything else that's included with sculpture, because sculpture is not just for the butt. You can get your lips done, your cheekbones and all that stuff, but I'm not going that far. I just want to fix my body, fix what I paid for. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope it really helped a lot of you. And like I said, thank you.